Good morning, everybody. We're going to start with our toe lifts. And I'm hoping that everybody was able to get outside yesterday and enjoy that beautiful weather we had. 4, 3, heels up, right then left, right and left. So today we're keeping it pretty simple. We've got 4 circuits. It's 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest, 2 rounds, and there's 3 exercises in each round. Right leg, we're gonna swing it front to back. So you can just do like a heel toe tap. Hold on to something if you need to, but we wanna start working on that balance. Got a little bit of single leg work today. Good, switching to the other side. So nice good swing front to back. So lift and lift. Good, 4, 3, 2, let's take it out to the side, so out and cross. So if you just want to tap, you can, but if you can, I'd like you to try to add a nice good swing, a little bit of a cross body. 2, good, switch to the other side, out and in, lift and lift. Good, 4, 3, 2, switch it to the other side, heel down, toe up, nice good hip circles. 4, 3, 2, change direction, circle, draw a circle on the floor with your heel. 4, 3, 2, switching legs, heel down, toe up. Try to keep that leg close to your side. Good, change direction. Good, 4, 3, slow deadlift in the center, hinge it forwards, stand up nice and tall. So feet are about hip width apart, toes pointing forwards. So hinge, 2, lift, 2. Good, can we go a little bit faster? So hinge and lift. Just push the hips back, it's a little bow. Make a little sandwich with your fingers right in the crease of your hips. 2, let's take it forward, hold it in place, open and close your book. So just a nice good reach. One hand reaches for the floor, the other hand reaches up towards the ceiling. 2, all the way up, slow squat, sit it down, push to stand tall. So your feet are nice and stable. You have 3 points of contact. You've got under the big toe, under the pinky toe, and your heel. Can we go a little faster? Down and lift. Doesn't have to be super deep. Want to keep that core braced, chest lifted. Use the legs versus your back. 2, all the way up, slow circle. Take it back, bring it back around to the front. Switch sides, nice good circles. If your circle is a little bit more out, that's okay. So up and back. Bring it back around. 4 more. Lift, circle. Thumb up, pinky down, waking up the shoulders. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Forward step and reach right here. Forward and pull. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Just a little step forwards and a push off to come back. If you'd like to drop the back knee a little more towards the floor, you absolutely can. So think step and drop, pull it. Good, 4, 3, 2, side step, side lunge, hold it in place right here. So again, chest is up, we're using our legs and our lower body to do this. 4, 3, hold it in the center, cat-cow, inhale, exhale. So open the chest, tuck the tail. So gentle arch, little round. Got 3 more, open, tuck. 2, last one, open, tuck, hold the tuck. We're gonna roll it all the way up. Now we're gonna do our plank walk out. So I'm gonna move, I'm gonna hinge it forward, walk it all the way out to a nice good plank, and then we're gonna walk it all the way back up again. I am trying to keep my legs straight when I do my hinge forwards. If you need to squat a little bit, go for it. You can absolutely do that. But I'm trying to get a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So nice, good walkout. Walk it back up. Good, I'm gonna do one more. Hinge it forward, walk it out. Walk it all the way back up. Bring it back up into the center, and we're gonna do our heel stomps. So stomp and stomp. If you'd like to do full jumps, you can do that too. I want you to think about as much impact or as much force as you can do today. Good, march it out, shake it out. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket. Grab a quick drink of water. Weird, okay. My timer said there were only 5 rounds left. I'm like, there should be 6. There should be 6. All right, we are going to do single leg squat. If you want to do regular squats, that's okay. Then we're going to do a palms facing forward row, and then we're going to do curl to side raise, or you can do a half curl and a side raise if that feels better. So single leg squat. There's a couple of options. You can do a kickstand position. You can do feet hip width apart, but one foot, your toe is in line with your heel. We just don't want to go balance beam. But I'm just going to do kickstand. I'm going to stay nice and tall, and I'm just going to squat it down and come back up again. Your time is on. So you can do like this. This is a lot of bending for your back knee, so just keep that in mind. You can also instead take one of your feet in front, and you can have the heel down and the toe up. We just want to have one leg doing 90% of the work, okay? So we have one leg that's doing the majority of the work. That's what I want you to go for. So I just want you to think you're wearing, I couldn't remember what it was last time. You're wearing a pencil skirt, right? And you have to squat down and you have to pick something up off of the floor. So that's kind of what we're going for. Now your squat doesn't have to get to the floor. Maybe you're just squatting down to pick up a bag. Good, rest. Bring it in. We're gonna do palms facing up rows. So we're gonna open at the shoulders. So we don't wanna just rotate at our elbows. Open at the shoulders, hinge it forwards right here. So for me, one head of my dumbbell actually runs up and down my thighs. So it actually is touching, running up and down my thighs. Thumbs are pointing to the walls to either side of me. So I'm just doing a nice good row. Take it forwards. Low back is stable. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Drive the elbows back. So my challenge is to keep my palms facing forwards. My shoulders like to rotate in. I'm trying not to let that happen. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bicep curl, side raise. So I'm gonna end up going a little bit light for my curls. So I'm picking a weight based on my side raise. 2 and 1. So bicep curl, and then side raise. Now you can do palms facing in, half curl, little side raise. Half curl, side raise. But I'm gonna do full curl all the way up, all the way down, all the way out to the side, and all the way in. Now your side raise does not have to be straight out to the side. So this is one way of doing it, straight out to the side. Option 2, just a little bit of a forward angle. This is called scapular plane. A lot of people, for your shoulders, this will feel better. It's a little bit more open, a little bit less stressful. Last one. All right, bring it in. Single leg squat. I'm switching over to the other side. So pick your position. Find what's gonna feel good. 2, 1, good. So we're gonna squat it down, come back up again. And again, we're here We don't want to push that knee forwards, but we also don't want to just turn it into a deadlift. So we want to sit and then we want to stand. Sit and stand. Yes, your knee will move forwards. We just don't want it to get pushed forwards. I know that's kind of a fine line, a fine distinction, but we want to try to get as deep as we can. I was not able to go all the way down when I first started doing these, so I found the range of motion that worked, and now it's better, and I can go a lot further down. Here's 2 and 1. Palms facing up, rows. So shoulders down and back, and again, a little bit of a rib tuck, little tail feather tuck, hinge back, rotate from the shoulders, open up the chest, row, and then down, row, and down. So this is again one where my dumbbell literally runs right up and down the front of my thigh. And I'm keeping that dumbbell nice and close to my body. You can get a little bit more of a forward fold if you're comfortable with it. But we really want to focus, brace the core, stabilize the mid body. So stabilize your core, stabilize your hips, and then we're squeezing our shoulder blades together. 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way up. Bicep curl, side raise. So bicep curl and side raise. You pick what's going to feel better. 2 and 1. So you can do half curl, lift, in and down. If you're doing the half curl, make sure that we're not lifting our elbows and dropping our hands down. So up, halfway. You get to that 90 degrees and you lock it in. You lock it in. Or if you're feeling it today, all the way up, all the way out to the side. All the way up, all the way out. Good, less than 10 seconds. So like I said, it's a little easy for me on biceps, but it's a good weight for me for shoulders. 2 and 1. Dumbbells down, walk around, shake it out. You're gonna grab a quick drink of water if you need it. Moving on, circuit number 2. Focus is back of the body. So we're gonna do our deadlifts. So just a nice good hinge, nice good lift. Tricep kickbacks or an overhead extension if that feels better. And then we're gonna do either rear fly, or if you have a band and you wanna do a band pull apart, that is an awesome exercise. Let's go ahead and grab 2 dumbbells. I like to do 2, 1 in each arm. You can do 1 right in the center. Just a basic deadlift in 3, 2, and 1. So we're just nice and tall. So shoulders down and back, ribs tucked, hinge it forwards, stand up tall. And you can see my arms aren't moving, really. I lock them in. All the movement is coming from my hips. I push my hips back and then I bow. This is drinking bird. If anybody remembers drinking bird, those little things that you could buy at the mall. Of course, here's the test. Who remembers malls? There really aren't very many of those left anymore. Good, 10 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Triceps. You can do kickbacks, you can do overhead extensions. I'm gonna try an overhead extension, see how it feels today. If you wanna do kickbacks, your shoulders are not like an overhead work, don't force it, it's all right. Good, so I'm gonna do an overhead extension. If your shoulders are not happy today, I would stick with a kickback. Or if you remember how to do them, you can do a banded tricep extension. And that's a really good one. You do right side on round 1 and left side on round 2. But whatever we pick, we want to try not to swing. We really want to think about those muscles on the back of the arm. The focus is on the squeeze, straighten your elbow, little squeeze, Slowly lower down. Straighten the elbow and down. That straightening of your elbow is what's going to get that muscle on the back of your arm. 2 and 1. All right, rear fly. I am going to go lightweight, and I am going to do thumbs pointing out to the side like we did with rows. Here's 2 and 1. So I'm going to lift and I'm going to lower. I'm going to lift, I'm going to lower. I am focusing on back of the shoulder here. So for this round, I am not squeezing my shoulder blades together. We've done back. We've done the big muscles that are in that mid-back area. I am trying to focus on the back of my shoulder, and I am trying to strengthen the little muscle that's on the back of your arm. So your shoulder, your deltoid, your shoulder muscle is a cap, front, middle, and side, or front, middle, and back. I'm trying to focus on working the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Deadlifts, round number 2. Round number 2. So carefully pick up those dumbbells. Again, little rib tuck, little hinge. Lock in that upper body, hinge it forward right here. So hinge it back and then lift. So we should feel like we've tightened our core, but we shouldn't feel like we're holding our breath. So we can't talk. What is the deal? We want to just feel that tension in our core. Stabilize. Stabilize, stabilize. My shoulders are down and back. My armpits are glued together. So my arm is glued to my torso, right at my armpit, and it's not moving. So I'm not getting any friction from my arm swinging forwards. Straight down, straight lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully set the dumbbells down. We're going to go for our triceps. If you want to do kickbacks, great. If you want to do overhead, go for overhead. So I do palms facing in, ribs are tucked. I'm going to lower, and then I'm going to lift. Lower and lift. And we want to try to keep our elbows close to our ears. We just don't want them pointing like way out to the side if we can avoid it. So we rotate in. So we're really thinking about running a scrubber or a back scratcher up and down our back, and we want to make sure we get the middle. That's always the part that nobody can reach, right? So we've got our back scrubber or our back scratcher, and we want to get that itch in the middle of our back that we struggle with a little bit. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it in. Again, dumbbells down. So we're going to do rear fly. Again, I'm going with a light weight. These are 5s. This is a good weight for me for the back of the shoulder. Shoulders down, hinge it forward, open right here. Thumb lifts to the ceiling, come back down. Keep going. Some of you might have a band. I absolutely love band pull-aparts. You can absolutely be here. We just want to try not to make it, an elbow straighten and a bend. Try to keep your arms nice and straight right here. I love this exercise. I really do. It's a really, really good one if you struggle trying to feel this exercise in the back of your shoulder. Sometimes a band pull apart is the way to go. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down. Grab a quick drink of water if you need it. Going to move on circuit number 3. We're going to do side lunges. Now your first option, if you don't feel like stepping today, is you just go like we did in the warm-up, and you can just go side to side. You can also go side, step, side, step. Second exercise, I want you to get as close to a single leg stance as you can get. You can do an overhead press, or you can just do a front raise. Okay, or you can do this body weight and just focus on balance. Third exercise, calf raises, heel lifts, nothing fancy. But let's grab a dumbbell if you're going to use one. Side lunges in 3, 2, and 1. I am going to do round 1 right and round 2 left. So I'm going to step it out and I'm going to bring it up. So I'm going to step it out and bring it up. My arm up here is just because I like to put my hand on my thigh, and it's not really cheating, but it is a little bit. So I'm keeping my hand up here, so I can't do that today. I really want to focus on my leg and my core stability. Now remember, your step out to the side does not have to be as big or as deep as mine. It's okay if it's here and you come back up. You're still getting some strengthening, you're still getting some balance, or make your step a little bit smaller and come up. The bigger the step, the deeper the step, the harder. Good. Rest. Bring it in. Single leg stance, overhead press. If single leg is not in the books today, try a balance beam. 1 foot in front of the other. 2 and 1. If balance beam is not in the books, you just take a step forward and just try to have your feet on a wider balance beam and just have your legs as close together as you can get them. The narrower the stance, the more of a challenge it's going to be for you to stabilize and to hold your balance. You can even start with just your feet super glued together, as close together as you can get them. But if you can go for single leg, this is a core challenge. 100% core, core, core. 10 seconds. Push that floor away. You can even just stand. If your shoulder's getting tired, just stand. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Dumbbell, or not dumbbells, calf raises. Dumbbells optional. Hold on to something if you need to. Feet hip width apart. Good. 3, 2, and 1. I want you to lift your heels. I want you to hold it, and then I want you to set it down. So we're going to lift and hold and set it down. So lift and hold. Good. Set it down. So we're nice and tall. Lift and hold. Set it down. We're using the muscles in the bottoms of our feet in addition to our calves. I want you to try not to push the hips forwards. I want you to try not to bend your knees to lift. I want you to lift. Head up to the ceiling, straight up. Bring it back down. 10 seconds. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, side lunges. Back to it. And then for anybody that maybe has a yoga block, I'm going to show you an option for those calf raises on the next set. 3, 2, and 1. So step it out. Side lunge and bring it up. Side lunge and bring it up. I step out and I try to keep my hip, knee, and toe pointing forward. Sometimes we step it out towards the corner. I am focusing on stepping it out. Everything's pointing to the front. Again, small steps are okay. It's a step out, but it's also a sit back. Side lunges are getting a little side glute, a little bit of outer hip. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Single leg stance, overhead press, or front raise, or just something to challenge your balance. So this is going to work on our core. So start with feet super close together. 2, 1. So this is your first option. Feet close together. Second option, take 1 foot a little bit forward. Big toe touches your heel, side by side. Option 3, step it forward, balance beam stance. We want to try to have our weight evenly distributed across both feet. And then option 3, lift it up. Don't let that up foot touch your other leg though. So trying to lift. Stand tall, hip in, push the floor away. This is slow and steady. We're trying to work on that core. You have to stabilize your core to press that weight overhead. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Dumbbell down. If anybody has a yoga block, you can put it between your ankles, between your heels. Hold it in place. We're gonna lift, and I want you to hold that yoga block in place and then take it back down again. It's a really good test because a lot of people don't realize they roll to the outside edge. So you're just gonna lift, and then you're gonna set it down. You're gonna lift, and you're gonna set it down. This is kind of a nice, good test. For me, this almost feels easier because I can press in on that yoga block versus having my feet separated. So I'm trying to set it in, hold it in place. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Yoga block away if you used it. Equipment out of the way. We're gonna head down to the floor. We are on our backs the entire time. So we're not doing anything on hands and knees again today. We're gonna do a bridge with a march. Bridge with a march. Then we're gonna do chest presses, and then we're gonna do Russian twists. If you're staying standing today, I want you to think about a hamstring curl. If you have ankle weights, you're welcome to put ankle weights on. But I want you to focus on the hamstring curl without letting the knee pop up in front. So really think, kick yourself in the butt, knee stays pointing to the floor. Slow and steady squeeze. Chest presses, banded chest presses, incline push-up. Lean back in a chair sitting down, incline dumbbell chest press. Russian twists, you can do standing core rotations. You can do cross body punches, but it's core, so you don't have to go fast. But we're gonna take it all the way down. We're gonna do a bridge. We're gonna lift up into a bridge, and we're gonna march. So a bridge with a march. We're focusing on core, but we're also getting some hamstrings and glutes. So 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So lift it up into that bridge, hold it. We're here, and if you can, I now want you to think about march, set it down, march, set it down. And when you lift that leg for that march, does your other hip drop towards the floor? If it does, next time you do that side, really focus on pushing the floor away, keeping the hips lifted. We don't want to allow the hips to drop as we move through our march. And maybe you just start with an alternating heel lift or a really little march. The slower the march, the bigger the march, more challenging. Good, rest. Bring it in, carefully grab those dumbbells. We're going for a chest press. Good, 3, 2, and 1. So low back into the floor. Inhale on the way down, exhale, press it up. Inhale down, exhale on the press. Again, if you're standing, banded chest press, incline push-up, or if you've got a chair nearby, or a stability ball even. So I know sometimes you don't want to get on the floor, but maybe a stability ball is okay. But you can sit in a chair towards the front, lean back so your upper back is pressed against the back of the chair, and then you're gonna do a press. And if you're in the chair, you're pressing to where the wall and the ceiling meet. So you don't want to press straight up or straight out. It's at an angle. Think 45 degrees or so. 2 and 1. Good. Carefully set the dumbbells down. I'm coming up into a V-sit position. Russian twist, option to grab a dumbbell. Here's 2 and 1. So I lean back, little C curve with my tummy, and I just rotate hip to hip. Now, if you don't want to rotate, you can just hold it right in the center and just hold your position. You don't have to rotate. So if you're told not to do rotations and flexion extension, so just nice, slow, controlled rotations. Knees are steady, so we don't want the knees wobbling side to side while we do this. So hips and down are steady. Rotation comes from upper spine, right kind of where our ribs, the lower part of our ribs are. Good, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna take it all the way back down onto our backs, bridge with a march. So hips, knees, and toes in a line, knees bent, feet flat, brace the core, pull the ribs in, lift it up, hold this position, and then start to add in that march. And it's okay if your march is very tiny, but if you can make your march a little bit bigger, it's a little bit more time that you have to hold that leg up. So it's really more about the foot that's on the floor and the glute that's holding you up than it is the leg that's marching. I want you to think about pushing that floor away, squeeze the glute, keep that hip lifted. Keep the hip lifted. 10 seconds. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. I'm going to carefully grab those dumbbells. I'm going to go for a nice good chest press. So option 1 is palms facing in, elbows close to your side. You press up and you come down. And yes, you're getting chest for this one, but it's going to get a little bit more tricep. So you have a little bit more of a tricep emphasis than a chest emphasis. But if you open the elbows just a couple inches away, rotate the arms out. So your pinkies are kind of pointing to the corners and your thumbs are pointing towards each other, forming that letter A. Then you get a little bit more chest. You're still getting triceps, but it's more of a chest exercise than an arm exercise. It's kind of like when we do push-ups. When you have your arms close, it's safer for your shoulders, but it's more tricep. Good. Carefully bring those dumbbells down. If you're ready, come up to a seated position. We've got our Russian twist. This is our last exercise for today. So nice and tall, shoulders down, little lean back, little C curve with your tummy, and then we just rotate hip to hip. Now you can just go knee to knee. Just make sure that it's not just our arms that are moving. So this is my arms, this is my torso. So how far you go is up to you. I can get my hand to the floor. Don't feel you have to do that. And again, you can just hold it in place. You don't have to do the rotation. You're still gonna get core stability, little isometric work here. So you can still strengthen your core even if you can't rotate or flex. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Shake it out. If you're standing, walk around. If you're on the floor, give yourself a little bit of a break. I'm going to come up, take a minute, just quick put my equipment away, and we're going to stretch. So we're going to stretch on our backs today to start. If you're staying standing, you can do this sitting in a chair. You're just going to sit, and it's going to be a little bit different. Well, we're going to take our left foot flat on the floor. We're going to take our right leg out straight, and I want you to just lift and lower. So we've straightened the knee. We're squeezing the quad. We're flexing the foot. And I really want you to focus on a lift and a lower. Your leg stays straight. That's the hard part. Good. Last one. Hold it up there. Knee is straight. Foot is flexed. Your leg might not be straight up and down. That's okay. Good. Set it down. Switching sides. So left leg, squeeze the quad, straighten the knee, flex the foot, lift and lower. So lift and lower. Your challenge is to keep your core tight. A little bit of a rib tuck, lift with your hips, keep the legs straight. It's really easy to soften the knee and lift your leg. I want you to focus on a little bit of a stretch of the back of the leg. 2 and 1. Good. Hold it up there. 3, 2, 1. Set it down. We're going to take the bottoms of the feet touching. Little froggy or butterfly stretch. Ribs are tucked. And we're just gonna think about pointing our tailbone towards our heels, and we're just letting those knees drift out to the side. So just resting on the back, little inner thigh stretch here. You can squeeze your glutes, and that will actually deepen the stretch right in the crease of the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Both knees are bent, both feet are flat on the floor. We're gonna take our right leg up, and we're just gonna draw circles with our ankle. And change direction. Let's cross our right ankle over our left thigh just above the knee. We're gonna take our right knee, and I want you to really open it so that your knee is opening out to the side. We feel a little stretch in that outer hip. And now we're gonna take that right leg and bring it across the body like we're trying to put that right foot on the floor on the left-hand side. So it's a figure 4 stretch, but then we bring the leg across, and our right arm is gonna reach up and back, resting on the floor, stretching the chest. Good, release, bring it into the center, switching sides, so both knees are bent, both feet are flat on the floor. Let's lift that left leg up just a little bit, circle our ankle, and change direction. Good, let's take that left ankle, cross it over the right thigh just above the knee. And our left knee, we're gonna try to open it out as much as we can. We'll feel a stretch in that outer thigh and hip. Now bring the left leg across the body, trying to put the left foot on the floor, keeping that knee pressed out. And the left arm is gonna open up and back. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, bring it into the center, pull both knees into the chest. I'm just gonna give yourself a little hug. You can keep your upper body down. You can lift your upper body. I'm gonna do a little side to side wiggle, but if that doesn't feel good, just give your knees a hug. Good, let's go all the way to one side, and then we're gonna push ourselves up to a seated position, and then we're gonna flip it over onto hands and knees. Child's pose stretch. If you need to come to standing, give yourself a minute in a seated position before you come up to standing. So we don't always want to go from lying on our backs to standing. Just depends on how you're feeling and how your blood pressure is doing today and how much water you've had. So it's just a nice, good child's pose. I'm going to start to walk myself forward, and I'm going to get a little bit of a deeper stretch under the arms. This is a little bit more like puppy, but you do what feels good. Good, walk it back. We're going to pull ourselves forwards into a plank position. So tuck your chin, round your spine, wave crashing to the shore, point your toes, drop your hips. If this is not feeling good for you, you can go onto your forearms, or you can go all the way down, chin resting on your hands. If you're standing, then you're just gonna put the heel of your hands on the shelf of your glutes and push down. We're just trying to stretch the front of the hips. And 3, 2, 1. Tuck the toes under, lift it up and back into down dog. We're gonna press it up. We're gonna stretch and alternating heel drops. We're gonna walk the dog. Good, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're gonna carefully bring our knees back down to the floor. Walk your hands back towards your knees, hips towards your heels. Roll the shoulders, give yourself a little bit of a breather. Take your strong leg, bring it around to the front. And we're trying not to hold on. See if you can push yourself up into a standing position. If you do have to do hands on the thighs, that's all right. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in, pat on the back, exhale, back of the hand into the small of the back or as close as you can get. So we're just doing little snow angels with a little extra. And it's okay if you're here and then you're here. So it just depends how your shoulders are doing today. Good. One more. Big breath in. Pat on the back. Exhale. Small of the back. Shoulders down. Ear to shoulder. Side to side. Bring the head up. We're going to look to one side, look to the other. Bring it in the center. Big breath in. Spread the fingers. Spread the toes. And exhale. One more time. Big breath in and out. And you are all done.